The first thing that I notice about this problem is that the denominators are different. When we're adding and subtracting fractions, we need to make sure that the denominators are the same before we can combine them. And then we focus on the numerators. We add the numerators here and get 6. We subtract the numerators here and get 3, but the denominator stays the same. So that's what I'm going to work on first, is getting the same denominator. Now I know that 28 is a multiple of 7, so we can actually, I already know that we can use 28 as the denominator, but if you wanted to use the method that we have been using, the method will work just the same. So let's say you didn't know that. You could just write out the multiples of 7, and you would come to that same conclusion on your own. So 28 and 28, that's what they have in common. So we can use 28 as our denominator. Now I really only need to change this mixed number, well, we're going to have to change it to a fraction first, to have a denominator of 28, because this fraction already has a denominator of 28. So let's focus on this mixed number. For now, ignore this negative symbol in front as we change this mixed number to an improper fraction. 2 times 7 gives us 14, and then we add the numerator, 3, to get 17. So the improper fraction is 17 over, and you keep the denominator the same, so it'd be 17 sevenths. Then 17 sevenths we need to change to something over 28. So I know that I need to multiply 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, because 4 sevens makes 28. So that means that if I multiplied the denominator by 4, I also need to multiply the numerator by 4. All right, so 17 times 4. Well, 7 times 4 is 28. Record the 8, carry the 2. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So 17 times 4 is 68. So I replace, well, I need a little bit of room here. So I'm going to replace, oops, I'm still on the eraser, the 2 and 3 sevenths with 68 over 28. I'll copy down this negative symbol that's in front, the subtraction sign, and then I can just copy the 17 over 28. And remember, I didn't have to change this fraction because it already had a denominator of 28. Now that the denominators are the same, I can go ahead and drag that denominator over. That denominator stays the same. And then I need to focus on what's in the numerator. So I'm going to go over here and write this problem. Negative 68 minus a negative 17. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to need to change the subtraction to addition. Remember, you do not change this first number. What changes is this symbol and this symbol. Negative 68 minus a negative 17 is the same as negative 68 plus 17. We add the opposite. Now that this problem is an addition problem, I apply my addition rules. In this case, the signs are different. I have a negative 68 and a positive 17. When the signs are different, you subtract. 8 minus 7 is 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. So I get 51. But the question is this a negative 51 or a positive 51? Well, look back. 68 is larger than 17 in terms of absolute value. So we have more of the negatives than the positives. So that's a negative 51 over 28. Remember, we can also write that as 51 over negative 28, or more normally people will write their answer with the negative in the middle beside the fraction bar, and then they'll have the 51 in the numerator and the 28 in the denominator. So our final answer is negative 51 over 28. And the only thing I didn't mention is that 28 breaks down into 7 times 4. 4 breaks down into 2 times 2. So that means that 7 times 2 times 2, that's the prime factorization of 28. So all I need to do is check and see, is 51 divisible by 2? No, because 51 doesn't end in an even number. So 51 is not even. So it's not divisible by 2. And 51 I know is not a multiple of 7. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 8 is 56. So I know that that is really as simple as possible. I want to make sure that I talked you through my reasoning. I realized that I hadn't explained that this was reduced properly.